Hello everyone and welcome to my bold and the beautiful channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rich finds out that Eric is dying and that he won the competition. Don and motioned Eric to take a seat in the showroom, but he was eager, certain he had sold out of his collection and that he might have received more than one offer. On each item he asserted that he had witnessed it in the buyer's gaze. "I think I'd beat Ridge." Eric let out a yell and turned to go after a few of the purchasers had finished their tours. Katie and Luna showed their Luna and Donna commented on what a show it had been, and Katie escorted the buyers to complete their bids. Donna stated that they were still unsure of who had prevailed, Eric or Ridge. Luna received congrats from Katie on her diet show. Katie, according to Luna, had worked like a machine. In response, Katie said that working with such amazing designs hadn't been difficult. She argued that while Eric and Ridge had shown, RG should have shared in the glory as well. In response, Lumen expressed her pride in him. It seemed to Katie that Luna genuinely cared about RG. Don't you asked Katie. Luna acknowledged that RG had told her and that RG had found it difficult to conceal it from his relatives. According to Katie, RG was quite amazing for helping out his grandfather in that way. "I've never met anyone like RJ." Luna retorted. Katie could not envision her life without Eric, and she was certain that RG would require Luna's assistance. Katie promised that everyone would make sure Eric understood how much they cared for him. Eric wondered about what was taking so long from nearby. Carter was probably telling his best friend first. Donna surmised Eric started to think about Ridge winning and remarked that Ridge was among the world's top designers and that he had put on a strong performance. Eric started to cough. Donna cautioned Eric against becoming too fired up. It was some of the best work Eric had ever done, his greatest accomplishment, and his last pieces. He told her Eric was afraid he would miss the joy and excitement of watching people place bids on those amazing artworks. "If he didn't win, if I don't win this, it's all over," he declared. Donna pleaded with Eric to stop, but he replied that he was aware that this was likely going to be his final collection. All he wanted to know was how it had turned out. Eric grasped Donna's hand and walked into the main office, unable to wait any longer. Brooke swore in the design office that she had misheard the news. Did RG truly say Eric was dying? She wondered. RG clarified that Eric had been ill and that his condition had been deteriorating, aiding Eric's prognosis from the doctor was 6 months to live. That was the reason Eric had said it was his big final, and why he was so determined to succeed that day. RG started crying and was overcome with remorse, but Brooke, who had also started crying, reassured him that RG had been looking after his grandfather. RG expressed that he had resisted the want to inform Ridge, fearing that Ridge would despise him for keeping quiet. Ridge wouldn't ever dislike his son, according to Brooke, but RG had to tell Ridge because he deserved to know about Eric. RG and Brooke cuddled together. Carter exuded confidence in his knowledge of the challenge winner. While in the CEO's office, Ridge inquired as to the winner, but Ridge assumed that Carter wouldn't divulge the information. Given his silence, Ridge yelled that although Eric had accomplished amazing things in the past, it was the past. R insisted that he had to be involved if they were going to move forward with the company. As Carter refused to divulge the information, Rich vowed to call Jeressa and take that necklace back. Carter passed some papers to Ridge without a word. "That's it, I prevailed," Ridge responded. "I defeated my dad." It signified that Ridge's vision was the best one for the business. Carter declared that Ridge had prevailed after a fiercely fought fight. Ridge claimed that Eric had pushed it and lost, even though he hadn't wanted it. Rich made up his mind to inform Eric first. When Brooke and RG showed up, they stated they had to speak with Ridge. After Carter departed, Ridge stated he had to discuss the showdown with Eric. It would wait. Brooke retorted as there was more pressing business to attend to. Rich declared that he had won and couldn't think of anything more significant. "Sorry," he added, "urged time would come, but for right now Rich had to go." Rich questioned whether RG could be pleased for Rid and stated he'd be glad if it had been RJ. Brooke expressed her happiness for him, as did RJ. RG mentioned how lovely Rid's designs were. Rich was curious to see Eric's response, but RG emphasized that they had to have a conversation. Immediately, RG was asked by Brooke to tell Ridge. RG apologized, but Eric was not getting better. "Why was RG saying those things?" Rich inquired. RG clarified that Eric had contacted him for assistance because of tremors that he was experiencing, which were thought to be caused by arthritis. Ridge waved his hands, frantically demanding an explanation from RJ as to how it had come to pass. RJ expressed emotional distress by the doctor's inability to diagnose the condition and their mention of strokes. Nonetheless, Eric thereafter began coughing up blood. "And this is the first I'm hearing about this," Rid queried. Eric hadn't wanted anyone to know, Brooke clarified, and Argy said he hadn't wanted to betray Eric, who hadn't wanted Rich to know in particular. When Argy said that Eric hadn't asked for sympathy, R angrily nodded. Argy kept talking about how much Eric wanted to win. "I got it," Rid cried out. He questioned, "Is the man who given Rid everything dying?" and a voice full of tears. Rich didn't think it was real. The pillar of the family, Brooke stated they had no idea what they would do without Eric. RG made an attempt to clarify that he didn't want to disappoint Eric, but had wanted to notify Ridge. Ridge asked Eric how long he had and replied that he understood. In response, RG said it would be a few months after Ridge hung his head. Rook assured RG that he had done his grandfather's right. RG wasn't sure if he had treated his father well. Rich responded that was all right and figured it was the reason RG chose to collaborate with Eric. RG confirmed it, saying Eric had helped him discover how passionate he was about it. RG desired to continue doing it forever. R wiped away tears as she listened. RG was at a loss over how to thank Eric for the present. Rich said he was pleased with his son, saying he loved Eric. RG, according to Ridge, they all did, and Brooke assured their kid that they would overcome it together. RG clarified that Eric had desired a spectacular conclusion because he wanted to establish his legacy when Eric and Donna got there. Eric expressed that he wasn't shocked to see everyone in his office. Rich didn't say anything, so Eric figured that meant he knew who had W. Eric could also see that they were all aware by the expressions on their faces. Ridge said he was aware. Eric questioned with a smile if Ridge or he had prevailed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.